In this video, I'm going to show you how to crochet the granny stripe stitch. For materials, I have some worsted weight yarn here and a 5mm hook. You can use whatever yarn and hook combination that you prefer. You can also use as many colors as you like. I'm going to show you how to make this stitch in a solid color at first, and then when I'm done, I will show you how to change colors. Let's get started. For our foundation chain, we need multiples of 3 plus 2. And what that means is you're going to take any number times 3 and then add 2 to it. So what I'm going to do is take 10 times 3, which gives me 30, and then add 2 onto that multiple, which gives me 32. So I'm going to go ahead and start with a slip knot and place it on the end of my hook. And I'm going to begin my foundation chain. And just to save time, if you'd like to pause the video and continue to work on your foundation chain, I'll meet you back here when you're finished and we'll start row 1. My chains are complete and now it's time to start row 1. And I'm going to be using US terminology for this tutorial. We're going to begin our first row with single crochets. And we're going to place our first single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So I'm counting over from my hook, not counting the loop on the hook. 1, 2, and then I just like to hold my thumb here so I can keep track of which one to work into. I'm going to insert our hook into that chain, yarn over and pull through, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through those 2. Then working in the next chain, same thing, single crochet, insert, yarn over and pull through, and then pull through 2. Let's do one more together. Single crochet in the next chain. So yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2. So if you like, go ahead and pause the video, continue to make single crochets until you get to the end, and I'll meet you back here and show you how to finish the row and begin row 2. Now I'm just placing my last single crochet in that final chain, and for your stitch count, you should end up with 1 less than your starting chain. So for example, I started out with 32 for my starting chain, and I should have 31 single crochets. So that's the end of row number 1. It's time to flip our work over and start row number 2. Row 2 is going to be kind of considered a foundation row. We're going to be doing this row to set up our subsequent rows after that. So the first thing we're going to do is chain 3. This counts as a double crochet in each row from this point forward. We're then going to place a double crochet in that same stitch that we just chained out of. So to do a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull through, 3 loops on the hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now the repeat is to skip the next 2 stitches. We're going to skip 1, 2, and then in that third stitch, you're going to place 3 double crochets. So I'm going to yarn over, insert into that stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2. 2 more in that same stitch. So we're going to do yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. And let's do one more together here. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. And then we're going to continue our repeat of skipping the next 2 stitches. So 1, 2, and then we're going to place another 3 double crochets into this stitch. So I like to refer to these groups of 3 double crochets as granny clusters or clusters. So you may hear me using the term granny clusters for the rest of this tutorial, and that's what I'm referring to here. So we just made another 3 in that next stitch. So once again, skip 2, place 3 in the next. So you're going to continue to work in this sequence to the end of the row. You're going to skip 2 and then place 3 double crochets in the stitch following that. You should have 3 stitches left at the end of your row. So if you like, go ahead and pause the video and I'll meet you back here when you have the last 3 stitches of your row left. Here I am at the end of row 2 and I have those last 3 stitches left. So just like before, I'm going to skip the next 2 and work in that very last stitch. I'm going to place 2 double crochets this time. So there's 1 and 2. So if you remember at the beginning of our row, we had a chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and another double crochet. So that's our 2 double crochets. And then we're ending the row with 2 double crochets with our granny clusters in between. So now it's time to flip our work over and begin row number 3. Row number 3 is going to be the first row of our 2-row repeat that we're going to work from this point forward. We're just going to be repeating the same 2 rows over and over. So row number 3 is the first one of that repeat. So we're just going to chain up 3. Once again, this counts as a double crochet. You're going to skip over that next stitch, and we're going to be working in the chain spaces from below. So these spaces that we created when we made our granny clusters are what we're going to be working into and not the stitches up above. So we're going to place 3 double crochets into this first space. Then we're going to skip over the next 3, and you may have to scooch that off to the side a little so you can see these stitches. So we're just skipping over this next cluster of 3 and working right back into that next chain space. Another 3 double crochets. So other than the beginning and ending of each row, you're always going to be placing these clusters of 3 double crochets. So if you like, you can go ahead and pause the video, continue to work 3 double crochets in each of these chain spaces until you reach the end. When you have 5 stitches left, so you'll be ending right about here, I'll show you how to finish the row. So I have those 5 stitches left. I'm going to go ahead and put 3 double crochets in that last chain space. And if you remember at the beginning of our row, we began with a chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. So we're just going to end with 1 double crochet. So we're actually just going to skip over this double crochet and work in the top of the chain 3 space from the row below, or the chain 3 stitch, and make 1 double crochet for our final stitch. So that's the end of row 3. Now it's time to turn our work over for row 4. Row 4 is going to be our second row in our 2-row repeat. We're going to begin once again with a chain 3 that counts as a double crochet, and then we're going to place a double crochet in this small space. So if you remember from our last row, we skipped over a stitch and worked into that last stitch. So there's actually a very small space right here. We're going to work a double crochet into that space. So we're beginning our row with 2 double crochets. And then just like before, we're going to place 3 double crochets into each of those larger chain spaces that we made in between the clusters. So if you like, go ahead and pause the video, continue to work those 3 double crochet clusters in the spaces in between. And when you get to the end, you should have 4 stitches left. You'll have this cluster here and this chain 3 stitch. I'll meet you back here after you've worked into this last space, and I'll show you how to finish out the row. At the end of row 4, I have those 4 stitches left, which is our 3 double crochet cluster in that chain 3. So just like the beginning of our row where we worked in between the chain 3 and the cluster, we're going to do that again at the end. So there is a small space. If you kind of pull these stitches apart, you can see that space right in here. We're going to place a double crochet right into that space. And then we're going to just kind of scooch that over a little bit and make a double crochet right in the top of that chain 3. So if you remember, we began our row with the chain 3 and a double, which counts as 2 doubles. We're going to end our row with 2 doubles. Then from this point forward, you're just going to repeat rows 3 and 4 until you get the height that you want. Now I'm going to show you how to change colors, and you're always going to change colors at the end of your row in your final stitch. So it doesn't matter if you're on a row 3 or a row 4, it's always going to be the same. So whatever your final stitch is, which I just finished a row 3 here, so I have 1 double crochet to work at the end of the row. I'm just going to yarn over and insert it into the top of that chain 3. Yarn over and pull through, and I have 3 loops on the hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through 2, and then I'm just going to set it aside and get my second color ready. So it's entirely up to you how you like to change colors. You could just lay the strand across the top of your hook and pull it through. I like to give it a little extra security, so I usually make just a little slip knot with a loop. And then I just put that loop on the end of my hook and kind of cinch it down a bit and then pull it through. I'm ready to drop my strand of my first color. You can also cut it and weave it in later if you're working with multiple colors. And I'm going to go ahead and chain up with my new color and continue the row. So you can do your color changes as often as you like. You can make larger blocks of color. You can do 1 row at a time, each in a different color. That works really great if you're working with scrap yarn, if you're making like a big scrap yarn project. It's one thing I love about this stitch is it allows you to be really creative with your color choices. So I'm going to continue to the end of this row and I'll show you what this looks like at the end. And here's what our swatch looks like after a few more rows and changing colors again. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with all of your crochet crafty friends. And be sure to subscribe to my channel for more crochet tutorials.